Last night, we said that the S&P 500 is likely to see a gap up between 580 to 585. We actually gapped all the way up to 582 and slightly higher, where we hit a major resistance level, aka a sell wall on the S&P 500. Now, blocking out the noise, we see that gold is selling off down 3% and the VIX is selling off down 14%. Also trading below the 200 EMA, also trading below 20. So fear has departed away from the overall market. But as of right now, we are not seeing volume follow through, which we'll talk about in a second. Now, President Trump said we achieved a total reset with China. And then today, that major announcement that we were supposed to see was this. Trump announced he would sign an executive order to slash U.S. drug prices by 30 to 80% using a quote-unquote most favored nation policy, meaning the U.S. would pay no more than the lowest price other countries pay. He blamed drug companies for overcharging Americans and pledged to finally fix it. Then the U.S. cutting tariffs on Chinese goods from 145% to 30% for 90 days, and China is cutting tariffs on US goods from 125% to 10% for 90 days. And then you saw the futures gap up, you saw the SPY gap higher, up 3% on the day. This is an insanely large move. 581.75. Key levels to watch out for: 585. Put very simply, we need to see if we can break above that. But as of right now, we are above several moving averages. We are clearly now in a bull trend. But I do want to warn you, at some point, this will come to an end. This is what I would like to call a bear market rally. And it's a hard one, and I will give you that. And we need to talk about some other plays right now before we state where this market is necessarily going to go, because we obviously see bullish narrative across the board, especially ignoring the noise and just looking at the charts. We see the VIX selling off, fear is departing, and we are seeing uncertainties clear up. But let's continue the video. All I ask you to do is like the video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure to turn post notifications on if you don't have them on already. Apple. We talked about Apple. It held our support and it gapped higher, now holding a crucial level above 210, up about 6%. At this point, Apple is likely to come up to a couple of targets that I have. 223.70 is the main one, so watch that one. If we get above that, 233. But watch 223 on Apple. As far as Tesla goes, I want to bring this chart up because we are at key resistance alongside the S&P 500. It's at 318.60, up 6.82%. Came all the way up to 325. Now, we did call out Apple. Once it retraced in the zone between 275 and 271, that is the time to jump in call options. Again, nothing I say is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I just give my personal opinions and what I am doing. Now, what we see right now on Tesla is a gap, for one, down to about 307.50, which I do think will come down to. I think Tesla is going to get a retracement, but ultimately, where will this retracement go? If Tesla holds between 298 and 292, this is where I'd like to see a bounce. If we break these levels under 292, I think Tesla has reached its peak of this move. If we bounce off of these levels, I'm watching a longer move up to 365 on Tesla, so watch that zone. Nvidia, we have time and time again talked about how bullish I have been on Nvidia, coming all the way up to eventually our target by their earnings in May to 150. Okay, their earnings is May 28th. Is this target going to hold up? Well, as of right now, here's what we see. On this sell-off, this downtrend right here, we saw fading volume until we saw a volume spike, which you see down here, and then you saw a reversal in the charts. Okay, this is exactly what we are heading for as of right now. We are seeing a rise in the charts, but we are seeing a decrease in volume, meaning an unsustained move. We could still see more room to run, and at this point, here's what I'll state. We're likely to see 131.20 on Nvidia. If we break higher than that with volume follow through, then we can still hit that target at around 150. If we reject off of there, then you're likely to see Nvidia's move come to an end. So watch that. XRT ETF up about 6%. This is the ETF that holds GameStop, which we'll talk about in 1 second. and it is heavily shorted, over 1,000% shorted, reported on multiple platforms, and now it is building out a beautiful W pattern, gapping higher, and hopefully this puts pressure over on our play like GameStop. Now, we also saw another quote unquote glitch or somebody smacking an order high, but $49 ask over on GameStop. Again, just a little bit of a nothing cherry I wanted to throw in there. What's going on with the charts? 2760, it's flat. Roaring Kitty didn't come out today. We didn't see a major gap up alongside the markets. They're clearly holding GameStop down as the markets rally higher. Why? Well, one, we're waiting that news. One, Roaring Kitty can come back at any moment. He can still come back today. He likes to come back at random points, whether it's noon, whether it's 4 at market close, or whether it's at 8 p.m. overnight trading. Theoretically, the smartest thing for him to do if he was guaranteed to come out today is to come out overnight trading. Because that is when there's the lowest liquidity. It's going to put a lot of pressure on the stock. Now, we didn't get any catalyst. We didn't get a Bitcoin announcement just yet. I could clear some things up. There are some questions that people have had regarding the Bitcoin purchase video. One, people are saying, hey, they can buy Bitcoin in smaller increments and have it not be deemed material. If GameStop chose to do this, I said as an example, 300 million or whatever, purchasing Bitcoin, don't have to report till the 10K, yada, yada, yada. But people are saying, well, if they purchase in increments of 100 million and they stack it up to 4 or 5 billion, then they don't have to report it. This is theoretically true. However, the SEC would be up their ass with litigation, and it's a very, very risky move if they were to do this, and I don't think that's what Ryan Cohen would do. Just to clear that up. Next, GameStop is being pinned. We're at 2763, and the reason being, and I'll show you a couple of things, is because above $30, there's a huge gamma ramp waiting to happen, probably bigger than 2021, which is just insane to say, because if we get past, and you can just see these are all sell walls right here. If we get past these sell walls above 2860, you're likely to see 30 quick. If we get above 30, we close above 30, you're likely to see 38 quick. If we get above 38, you're likely to see that is where shorts and longs are going to battle, because that's a conversion price to 38.80, which we talked about. We're also seeing 30-day IV, which is implied volatility, start to rise. We have a technical bullish crossover on the charts. Implied volatility is basically, think of it as to how high of a premium you pay for call options. This is starting to rise after being historically low, which is technically bullish. The market makers want to write out higher, right? There's basically a higher chance that this thing is going to go higher. Now you can see based on this gamma ramp right here, if we get above 30 is when things really start to kick off. So 28, 29, not too crazy unless somebody loads the chain right here. But you can see once we get above 30, this is a major gamma ramp building that is going to blow us past 125 very, very quickly. So that's something to watch out for as well. They really don't want it above there. Institutions continue to purchase GameStop. Here's one right here, and then as well as JP Morgan Chase. Bringing us into the charts on the daily, just a little bit of a different perspective here. We originally had these charts just to show you the sell blocks, show you the price pinning, and to show you why they don't want it to move higher. But what I do want to show you is we have this spring being built, and right now we are building our first daily candle between two descending resistance levels that we have not held above before. So the first time we wicked above to the second one, we didn't hold, it was only a wick. The second time we barely wicked out, got a little bit weaker. The third time you got half a daily candle in here with a wick, but couldn't reach the top of the range. And now today we have full body candles coming into it and a full body candle being built at the top. Theoretically, the best spot to get a candle close today would have been above $28. But even if we do close anywhere above $27.50, it is still very bullish. This is a bullish daily candle in my opinion. primed, building a spring for a breakout higher, and again, watch that gamma ramp going forward. Now, a couple more examples of stocks exploding after they announce a Bitcoin purchase. Two companies announced the same intent of GameStop, and the result was a 1,000% gain and a 730% gain. And GameStop, that's only the intent. GameStop already has the funds to also purchase. So once we get that news, we should see major moves regardless of Roaring Kitty coming back or not. Now, obviously, the last post of him with the dog, January 22nd, today is 109 days later. That's why people are calling out for this. This is also the anniversary date of when he tweeted last year. So we will be sitting on that. We'll talk about crypto right now, but I'll bring it up for AMC real quick. It's also pinned, but it's curling higher, and it's being held under the 50 moving average right here. So we do need to see ultimately if we can break above this, and we have just been pinned rejecting off of it. You can see we rejected off of it harsh back here February 18th, and then we tried to wick up to it March 26th, and we have been rejecting off of it. Once we get across over this and a break back above $3, I think it could be game on for AMC. So we'll watch that close level right there. MicroStrategy didn't hit our target yet of 446.50, but Bitcoin is still holding strong above 102,000, which is beautiful. If we break under 102, we could see a very fast retracement right back down to 98K, which is not something that we want to see. We want to see this hold up. But again, you got huge resistance. 106,800 is the next level to watch for Bitcoin to possibly reject off of. Speaking of that, Michael Saylor's strategy bought another 13,390 Bitcoin worth 1.34 billion. This dude continues to load up. So as soon as Bitcoin gets another leg, MicroStrategy is going to get that leg, in my opinion, hit my price target above 445. Bonk. This is just an example of what altcoins are doing right now. We could be on the verge of a major squeeze, but again, we have to pay attention to more factors in the market. I have something that I wanted to add to this video, but it would make the video too long, so I'm not going to add it to the video. I want to. Yeah, I might as well add it to the video, but if you want to click off, feel free. I was just basically taking a look back here at January 2nd of the 2000 bubble, where the market played out this crash, this similar pattern. And the reason I brought this up is because Roaring Kitty's last tweet with the dog, January 22nd, he put January 2000, and we were at basically the same setup on the SPY. Just show you this. Again, this is a little bit of tin. I wasn't going to put it in this video. We're at the same setup with the SPY, and that is why I do believe we are in a bear market rally, because during this time frame, we did have massive price swings. I mean, you can just see one right here where the SPY jumped 22% before falling further, right? This is massive volatility. It's massive price swings, and we could be in the same scenario. If we're in that same scenario, what we could see, well, we could be seeing a failed SPY rally followed by another multi-month drop, which, when is this rally going to top out? This is another reason I didn't bring it up. I didn't front run all of this, but this rally could top out right where we're at 585, because that's essentially a level that I had drawn out. We also have this little bit of a gap, this quick weakness pattern. If we do get above 585, we could very quickly move to 590, and people could say that we're out of the woods now, and then we crash even further. Right now, it just looks like we are in a bear market rally. Larry Shucks, what does this mean? If it crashes, when does GameStop squeeze? Well, GameStop could squeeze midway throughout another decline or near the bottom. That is because the whipsaw, the volatility can trigger margin calls, retail sentiment always floods to meme stocks, so on and so on and so on. But I just wanted to bring that up and put that in there. But this goes back to Bonk right here. If we are seeing, if we do see Bitcoin come back up, which I do think we will, up to 116, I do see altcoins coming up and peaking late June, early July, and I do see us breaking above these key levels, right? We have fought it back here, and this is what I have drawn out back in November of 2024, and we are fighting it again, right? This 200 here. So I'm waiting for that to snap above, and altcoins are showing some extreme strength. I think AMC, GameStop are likely to squeeze in the months of May, June, and then come possibly August towards the end of the year, August being an early move down, we could see that bear market settle in again for another winter. So that is what we're watching for. That is what I got for you guys for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching or found value out of the video. Make sure to like the video. It's free. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Get us to 35,000 subscribers. If you want to join my Discord server, it's a top link in the description where we talk stocks and crypto in there all day long. Guys, if you've never joined Discord before, I don't blame you. Join this, try it out. You'll get your money's worth, in my opinion, very quickly and then some. Not even with just the trades, but the knowledge and the vibes and the friendships and the family that you make in there. So get in the Discord. Plus, we have tons of benefits that if you were to pay individually for, you would have to be paying hundreds of dollars per month. But no, we have them. Access to all the members very quickly. So if you guys want to get in there. If you want 60 free stocks, sign up for Moo through my link and deposit once they approve you. If you want a 50K funded prop trading account or a 100K funded prop trading account or 25 or 150, use code LOTTO at checkout. That will get you 50% off. I hope this code is still live. Go try it out. That is it. I love you all. God bless. Lottery Stocks out.